Hey guys, and welcome back to Home Economics with Amy. I am so excited today because today we are going to talk all about money. Money is everywhere. It is used for everything. And I want to start off with saying, if you don't learn how to take control of the money you earn, your money will take control of you. Meaning, if you don't learn what's coming in, what's going out, budgeting, you're going to have no money. You need to learn between your needs and wants. And I think it's important to learn young. And it's really exciting when you first get your first job and your check starts coming in and you really just want to go spend it. And I think if we learn self-control at the beginning, we are going to be wealthy our whole lives. Like I was saying, you got your first job and you're like, wow, do I go cash it out? Well, where? Where are you going to go cash it out? I think it's important that you need to choose between a bank or a credit union, somewhere to put your money for safekeeping. Now, there are pros and cons for both banks and credit unions, and we're going to go over that next. First one we're going to talk about is the pros and cons of a bank. The pros for banks is there are more options for checking and saving accounts. There are more locations. They're nationwide. They have more branches, ATMs available, and so convenient for you to put money in, take money out. It is just a wonderful option. Now, because of that, there are going to be cons. Most banks are privately owned, which means they are in it for the money, which means higher rates on loans, let's say auto loans, home loans. There are also fees for opening checking and saving accounts if you don't meet certain criteria. And that can be bad because if you don't meet the criteria, you're going to get charged. Now, let's talk about credit unions. Pros. There are no or lower fees for opening a checking or saving account, which is really great, especially if you're starting out. There are lower interest rates on cars and home. It's owned by members. If you go to a credit union, your money is what is keeping that credit union alive, along with other members. There are no fee checking or savings like we talked about. Excellent customer service. Because there's not as many members, they can reach out to more people. Now, with every pro, there's also a con to credit unions. There are fewer locations, so you might have to travel farther, or if you move out of state and travel a lot, you might not be able to get to your money as easy as you could with a bank. There are fewer products available or even offered. And sometimes you have to be eligible to become a member. You have to have maybe a certain amount of income, a certain job. Sometimes you can be grandfathered in, and that means your parents are in the credit union. And so because your parents have checking or saving account there, you can as well. What are we going to look for when we open our checking or savings account? First, make sure it's free because you're just starting out, and sometimes they waive the fees for certain ages. And then when you turn 18, I believe, sometimes that's when the fees start happening. But do your research. No monthly fees. So like I was saying before, if you don't meet a criteria, sometimes they charge a fee. You really have to look out for those, but don't be too stressed about the fees because I meet certain criteria and I don't have fees. And I've used both options of a bank and credit union for different things. Free online banking. Most banks and credit unions have free online banking. It makes it convenient for you, for them, for customer service. But just make sure. Okay, now I know that little piece of plastic that everyone cannot wait to have. Your parents use it, your friends use it. Well, now you're about to use it. So, how do you get it? Once you open and have your checking account, they will set you up with a card and send it to you in the mail. They'll give you directions to set up a PIN number. A PIN is what you use when you buy something at the store to authorize the transaction. You know, when people go to the store and do that little pad and then start typing things in, that's the PIN. It's like a code to help protect your money, which means to never, ever, ever tell anyone your PIN. Don't do it. Your money is at stake. So keep it personal. You do open a checking account, you'll have an option to get some checkbooks. I highly recommend it. Now you're like, checkbooks, that's so old-fashioned. You're right, but they do come in handy when you need them. First, maybe you need to pay someone and you don't have cash. You can write them a check. Also, it's easy for when you get a job. Some of the jobs like a blank check that you can give them so that you can set up auto pay. Also, it depends on the company that maybe your housing is set up with. Some use checks for payment. And let's say your internet or something is down and you're not able to make an automatic payment, you can write a check real fast, go to the company, and there you go. You don't have to go to the bank to draw money out. It's easy right there and for your convenience, and it's always something good to have on hand. Next, important things to remember when dealing with money in the bank. Always know and check your balance. Make it a daily habit. Maybe you have subscriptions. You can also have a calendar for when certain things come out. Just know what is going in and out of your bank account. If something looks fishy, report it. You're like, I didn't make that transaction. It's also good to know maybe you have to freeze your card because you lost it. It's always good to know how much money and where your money is going. Never overdraft, meaning never have a negative balance. Fees will apply, which means you're going to have to owe them even more money. So, for example, having a negative balance and overdrafting means, let's say you have $35 in the bank, but you bought something for $50 because you didn't check your balance. Well, now you're negative $15, and then they're going to charge you a $35 fee. So there goes your $50. So always check your balance and never overdraft. Make it a habit. Next, make a budget and stick to it. I'm going to show you next how I make a budget. All you need is paper and pencil or a pen and write the word budget on top. You can even write the date just so that you can keep track. Okay, I like to write down everything first before adding any numbers in. First, how much money I have in my checking account, and then all the bills that are going to go out and what my money is going towards. So let's insert that. Let's say I have $2,000. $2,000 seems like a lot of money, right? And you're like, oh, yeah, I have a lot to pay for everything and probably have a ton extra. Well, then the numbers start adding in. Rent comes and everything that comes with rent, electric, gas, water, sewage, which is trash. Well, then you have to pay for your internet because you're going to school and you need a phone to contact people and you need car insurance so you can drive your car. Well, then you need gas for the car and you have to eat, right? And then, of course, you want to put a little in savings. Well, the bottom numbers aren't as big. It adds up. And from $2,000, you only have $215 left. Wow. You're like, where did all that go? But now you know, and now you can have the budget to see where your money is going, how much money you have, how much money is left, so you don't, like I was talking about, overdraft. You do not want to overdraft. This will also help you take control of your money so that you can see where you can cut back to help you have a bigger total. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I just want to end with this quote. Too many people spend money they earned to buy things they don't want to impress people that they don't like. That was by Will Rogers. This quote has really helped me because I feel like sometimes we get in this rut. We spend money to impress people who really don't need to be impressed. Our true friends and family will love us just how we are and will support us in saving our money. And I hope that you will learn to take control of your money. Like I said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye!